was Tanner today, Ben. Just how challenging has it been with the bullpen right now and looking to get those guys back on track? But of course, dealing just with some unfortunate injuries at the moment.
It's all hitting us at once, but I think that Ben had a cramp, so we're hoping that he comes out of it fine. So it's just so we'll kind of figure that out tomorrow. I think tonight the story, obviously, you give up the 2-out hit to Vasquez to not minimize damage, and after that, early on, kind of inefficiency. Yoshi was fantastic. So to kind of bottle that up those last couple innings and do that on the front end, I think is something that we need to shoot for. But to get 5 innings out of them and have the game even at that point in time was certainly a positive. And then you look at the guys in the pen just not throwing strikes, and you scratch and claw back, and then you give free passes, and that's just a bad quality of life. And so tonight, that's what happened. I thought offensively, we put ourselves in good positions to build innings, and then we hit into some double plays. I think 3 of them, maybe 4. One was the line drive double play. So yeah, I mean, tonight it just wasn't pretty. And, when you're walking guys and the defense is spotty and things like that, wasn't a good one. But you kind of try to move forward and look to win a series tomorrow. And we talked about Tyler earlier today about how well he's throwing the baseball, and we need him to have a good one tomorrow.
How difficult is it when you walk out there and go to the bullpen and you don't feel like you're finding the answer?
It's difficult, and this is the guys we have right now, and they're getting opportunities to make an impression, and so that's on them. And so when you have certain guys down, you're put in leverage, bases loaded, nobody out, whatever it might be, and you've got to come in there and do your job. And so some guys are, some guys aren't, and so every day is a test. We're evaluating every day, and so it's tough because you get count leverage in certain situations, and you can't put a guy away and you give up a 2-strike hit. You don't get the 8-hitter out, the 9-hitter out with leverage, count leverage. So those are things that we're doing right now that we need to be better at.
Between the pitching today and the defense recently, do you feel like you've hit rock bottom, or do you hope you've hit rock bottom?
It better be rock bottom as far as kind of how we've been pitching, how we've been playing defense. I think the offense is starting to kind of tick up, which is good. There's certainly more in there. Will be more in there. But yeah, I think as far as quality of baseball, it's been a tough watch. It really has.
Hey, why has Casparius not been the guy that you saw in April and May?
It's a great question. I think that's a great question. I don't know the answer. I know our guys on the pitching side are digging into it. Velocity's coming back. The sweeper is, not teethy or, bitey and no swing and miss. Relying heavily on the cutter. The fastball command isn't there. The walks are up, strikeouts down. I don't know the answer. So, he's getting opportunities, but the bottom line again is, you still got to perform. And this is a long season, a major league season, and many people have had a good first month, and so you've got to keep going. So I don't know the answer, but I do know that as long as he keeps getting opportunities, he's got to perform, and there's just no other way to put it. And he's working hard. I like him, and I like all of our guys. But with this ball club, we need guys to perform. That's just the bottom line.
When you look at the bullpen, I mean, it might be a little hump and you guys are fully healthy the way you want to be. How can you get better or just consistency out of some of the guys that you're having to use right now, especially with the strike throw and just being a little more competitive?
Well, Yeah, they've got to throw strikes. They've got to put guys away. They got to be more efficient. Limit the walks, minimize the walks. But like I said, these are the guys we got. We got guys coming, but they're kind of, some of these guys, you can't protect them. They're going to be in leverage because of who we have on our roster in the pen. So that's just kind of where we're at. And I look at it as these guys are getting opportunities, golden opportunities. So it's what they make of it.
Eduardo just kind of rushed that.
Yeah, he just rushed it. I thought he threw the baseball well tonight. I put him in a spot that I particularly didn't love, but it was kind of a byproduct of, how well threw the baseball tonight. I don't think he realized that he didn't have as much time as he thought, or waited for us, the hop that was spinning and to try to recover. So that's something, but I think that's an outlier play. I thought Edgardo threw the baseball really well tonight. So I think for me, I hope that's what he's building off of.
Can the Tanner Scott move?
So Dr. Ellertross hasn't ready yet. He was in surgery all day. So I haven't heard anything as far. So I don't know that news, but I know he's on the IL. He's not going to pick up a baseball for a few days, and then we'll go from there. So that's what I do know.
Why do you think the defense has been not to the standard that you would want it over the last month or so?
I don't know. I know that it's the same work intent. I mentioned before, it's, securing a baseball, throwing it accurately, using your footwork. That's a focus thing for me. And so it's not from work, but I think that when things aren't going well, we have to mind the little things. And that's something that, we got to continue to be focused on. So I think that that's more of the thought versus, everyone's trying to make a play, but you really got to bear down a little bit more, especially when things are going well in those little things.
Shohei, against,
Is that right? Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That was great. That was a really good pitcher, Duran. A 99-mile-an-hour split. Let the ball travel. He's using left field, which is great. Shohei's, like I said, it seems like every night he's doing his part. So he's not letting the scoreboard dictate his effort. He's in there every night. He's taking good at bats. He had 4 homers in a row, 4 games in a row. So all good, and we've just got to like I said, the offense I think is starting to show some life.
We were talking yesterday just about how, day after a start for him, the numbers haven't been as strong, but just to see the home run, just to see, I guess when it was at bat day, do you feel like this was at least a step in the right direction for him, just day after a start?
I do. I just think that it's too early for me to determine the day of, the day after. I think he's made, 6 outings, something like that, and 2 of them were 1 inning. So it's I don't think that that's a toll on him the day after. So I'm not letting that noise get to me. But I do think that, for him to do that is certainly a positive. But yeah, we'll keep tracking it though. Yeah, thanks, guys.